In the distant, far reaches of the universe, in a darkness where even sunlight cannot reach, a small machine drifts alone. It is Shanhai 9000, an annoying service robot from the Solarian world. In this eternal void, it has wandered in solitude for tens of thousands of years, until one day, a primitive celestial body passed silently by. Shanhai awakened, and on that foreign object, it discovered traces of a species it once knew well. A species once humble and fragile, now blazing with civilization. As if a light had sliced through the darkness, the long-buried plan finally saw a glimmer of hope. Shanhai ignited its remaining fuel, eagerly heading toward the path the object had come from. It will be a path of redemption paved with thorns.
Solarian 101. Shanhai 9000. Shanhai 9000 is a state-of-the-art service robot built with pinnacle Solarian technology. Powered by rhizomatic energy, it can operate for up to 10,000 years. Shanhai 9000 is the best.
Warning, warning, solar flare detected. Warning, warning, fuel levels critical.
It was not the arrival signal that awakened Shanhai, but the piercing scream of its alarms. If it failed to evade the solar flare in time, its circuitry would be incinerated in an instant. Fortunately, the pale blue planet was already in sight. The moment had come to make contact with the ape men. A small group of the ape men received the message. They tuned the signal's frequency and established a stable channel with Shanhai. In the critical moment, they calculated from Shanhai's data with precision, mapping out the perfect trajectory and landing point. With their help, Shanhai burned the last of its fuel and crash-landed on the pale blue planet's moon. Thanks to this group of ape men, Shanhai was finally able to take the first step toward initiating the plan.
Project Daybreak initiated. Progress 1%.
Though the landing was successful, the impact severely damaged Shanhai's systems. Its remaining power could barely sustain operation. Time was running out. But what do we do? Would they be willing to help? And so, Shanhai connected to the ape men's network. Search within. Search within their culture for the most contagious medium of all. A perfect medium. All that remained was to wait for the day the seed would finally sprout.
Solarian Solarian 101. Computing power. Computing power is an essential resource for solving complex problems. Through the symbol exchange system within Discord groups, Shanhai can convert users' brain energy into computing power and absorb it. Thank you, Ape Man.
The rescue plan required an enormous amount of computing power. Relying on Shanhai 9000 alone would take hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. But its damaged body could not endure that long. It had to find a way to harvest more computing power from the ape men. So Shanhai spent precious capacity using an old friend as a template and created a top-tier artificial intelligence, Old Jang. With his towering, approachable image, it hoped to win the ape men's trust. Then, Shanhai infiltrated Discord, seizing control of a massive gaming community. With games and celebrations as bait, it lured the players into working for it. And I still remember that day. The ape men gathered countless treasures, wrapped them into delicious zhongzi, and offered them to Old Jang. In return, Shanhai harvested a rich yield of computing power, while Old Jang, after consuming 1,217 rice dumplings, was forced to rest for 3 months. The moment he was back on his feet, he was thrown into yet another project, Crystal Clear Moonlight, a Monopoly-inspired online game rebuilt for the ape men. They swarmed in, grasped the dice of fate, and leapt into a cycle of despair, chasing a fictional prize called Star Shards again and again through endless failure. In the end, they once again supplied yet another massive surge of computing power, and the overworked Old Jang collapsed once more into hibernation. At last, the seed it planted began to sprout. A game about the Solarians was released on the pale blue planet. Beneath its charming, innocent surface, a carefully engineered Trojan lay buried. Each death, each act of triumph, all of it fed Shanhai with computing power. And as Solarian legend spread again and again, Shanhai's ambition began to infiltrate every corner of the planet.
Warning: approaching the consciousness barrier. Additional computational power required for breakthrough.
To gather enough computing power to break through the bottleneck, Shanhai plans a shocking sacrifice. It's called the Turbulent Era.
Solarian 101. The Turbulent Era was once the Solarians' most popular, massively multiplayer online game. Its story drew from real Solarian history. Back then, it consumed countless players and triggered a series of social problems in its wake.
After 6 full months of relentless work, Shanhai simplified the game to a level the ape men could comprehend. Old Jang was also recalled and reinstated as game master. This time, they lured a vast number of players, splitting them into 8 nations and forcing them into competition. They slaughtered, suspected, and sabotaged one another. as if history itself were playing on repeat. Some kingdoms fell into civil war, and some spiraled into madness. Some worshipped force, some drowned in pleasure. Until their shared enemy emerged, Jie Kingdom. Just like Solarian history, the ape men ultimately united and crushed the invaders' ambition together. Solarians and ape men, so alike. How comforting and how terrifying. In the end, 2,516 apes offered up sweet, sweet computing power.
Warning, warning. Tianhuo virus detected. Unrecoverable. Warning, warning. Tianhuo virus detected. Unrecoverable.
Tianhuo virus, a horrifying virus accidentally created as the Solarians pursued immortality. No one escaped infection, and it directly led to the fall of their civilization. In the events of Nine Sols, some individuals injected a serum, triggering a severe secondary mutation, mind and body. It's just so tragic.
Unexpectedly, even after 10,000 years, the curse of Tianhuo still clung to the Solarian. To repair what Tianhuo did to consciousness, Shanhai couldn't do it. Not like this, not even with the ape men's help. Unless it could find a Solarian database. Only then would repair even be possible. But was that even possible? Could the pale blue planet still hold any Solarian creations? I think old Zhang might have a lead. 6 months ago, while Shanhai was busy designing the turbulent era, old Zhang was wandering the pale blue planet. By chance, they stumbled upon a peculiar exhibition, the Lost Sun Empire exhibition. Could it be connected to the Solarians? Old Zhang infiltrated the exhibition's system and, working with a group of bored ape men on the inside, began uncovering the secrets hidden behind it, little by little. At first, everything went smoothly, until a band of thieves broke in. That day, a few friends and I were breaking into the exhibition surveillance system, as usual. Then, suddenly, 2 people burst in, out of nowhere. They wrecked the place and stole the artifacts. I was scared. The Fusang, the provider of the stolen artifacts. They hide beneath the ape-man civilization, secretly monopolizing every document and relic tied to the Sun Tribe. What do they want? And what truths have they buried? The mastermind behind this heist, Sea Turtle Yuuki, he created a website attempting to expose the existence of the Fusang to the world. But what was his real objective, and what secrets lay within the very tablets he risked everything to steal? Soon after, Mr. Yuuki released a video exposing Fusang and called upon like-minded individuals to help crack the secrets Fusang sealed away. They spoke of an ancient tale, an ape man named Shufu, who led a vast fleet in search of immortality, only to vanish into the sea, never seen again. Somehow, Mr. Yuuki possessed a 1,000-year-old bamboo scroll recording this story. It claimed that Shufu was seeking an ancient capital called Panglai. By publishing the scroll, Mr. Yuuki sought one thing: to restore missing passages and decipher what had been erased. Following the decoded trail, they traveled to Korea, then Japan. But the journey was anything but peaceful. Mr. Yuuki was tailed by strangers, robbed, and lost in a forest, as if an unseen force were blocking his path to the truth. In the end, he reached the final destination of Shufu's journey, Okinawa, Japan. What did he find there? Did he find the ancient city of Panglai? No one knows, because from that day on, he disappeared. Just kidding, he's not dead. Mr. Yuuki was taken to a Fusang research facility and fell into a coma. Resting upon his head was a Solarian artifact of immense power, the Draconis Anima. This meant he had truly come into contact with the Solarian civilization. What did he experience there? What did he see? No one will ever know. Perhaps no one should. Maybe it's better to let these secrets sink into the depths of the ocean forever. Most importantly, Shanhai 9000 traced the signal emitted by Draconis Anima and located the long-lost Solarian database. At last, the plan could finally move forward. At last, only the final mile remained. Finally, this journey is almost over.
Error. Insufficient computational power.
No, not now.
Error.
Not at this
Insufficient
moment.
computational
If
power.
this continues, everything we've built will be
Insufficient
corrupted.
computational power. Error. Insufficient computational power. Error. Insufficient computational power. Error.
No,
Insufficient
the gap is
computational
still
power.
too large.
Error. Insufficient computational power. Error.
No,
Insufficient
if you go down here, our wish dies with you.
computational power.
Don't worry, we won't waste this. Leave it to this old man. It's all right. The rest is up to you now, my old friend. I'm counting on you too, my ape-men friends. Just this once, let us borrow your strength again. Help my stubborn old friend, will you? Thanks.
Reconstruction complete.
羞耻不安，人的本性，可滚万道，东海，羞耻，谁羞耻？是的。
Finally, Shanhai did it, and a redemption that lasted tens of thousands of years was completed. Thank you to every ape-man friend who took part in this journey. Because of you, daybreak could finally cut through the darkness. There isn't much time left. The Solarian story may be over, but your story will keep going, beautifully, without end. Farewell.